Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the hashtag Anime Talk Awards. There's no number to this one. This is just the award show. I'm joined as always by my co-host, Mr. Chrissa SJE. Chris, how you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing lovely. I'm super excited. Like, I'm prepared. Like, I got the Anime Talk shirt on.
I see you out there. I don't even have. I gotta get the shirt on, but shout out to Wally West.
I've been waiting for this for the past, ever since like winter hit and I knew the year was coming to a close. I've been ready. I've been ready to give my opinions on this year's anime and this decade's anime.
Yeah, this is like a big discussion episode. Like, not really many news. We're not reviewing anything. Even though the My Hero episode was nuts, we'll talk about it next episode. But yeah, a lot of discussion in this episode. We got best girl, best boy, best new season, best new anime, rookie of the year. We got anime of the year, hero of the year, villain of the year.
Whew.
This is gonna be very intense because I know we both feel differently about this.
Yeah, and for sure, like last year we were talking about this kind of off air. Last year was the My Hero Academia Awards. You know what I'm saying? We gave away a lot of My Hero awards because that was the hot shit last year. We got some good shit. We got Reincarnated as a Slime, My Life Reincarnated as a Slime, whatever you want to call it. What was there? The SSSS Gridman, Hinamaru Zumo, Radiant. Yeah. It was a lot of new shit last year. We did get a lot of new shit.
Not as hype as this year.
I like Bookseller Hana-san. Oh yeah, we got super wrapped up last year. So we had a lot of good shit, but it was basically My Hero, Super. That was the two breadwinners for last year. This year we got a lot of. I feel like this one we both got a lot of toss-ups. You know what I'm saying? I like this because it's like we got a lot of material to work with this year.
Yeah, we got. I know we have different answers. So without further ado, let's get into the awards and check out My Hero. We got Mob Psycho. We got Gangsta behind us. We got a Trunks. We got the Nintendo Switch. We got Tanjiro in the background. Kirishima. We got the Pirate King. Lupin. Deku. We'll see if any of these take the awards, but let's get into it. Krista, let's start off with something easy. Let's start off with Best Girl. Let's go in easy into it.
Best Girl, man. We starting off hot. So you want to start this?
Yeah, no, you can go first.
Well, let me throw this out there real quick before I give my best girl. You know what I'm saying? I put a side category on here. I put waifu of the year because I do the waifu shit.
Okay.
But I want to let it be known waifu is different than best girl. You know what I'm saying? People be like best girl. People be like waifu. It's like you gotta. You know what I'm saying? Best girl is a specific category. Who I feel like this one was honestly a hard year, and it wouldn't have been a hard year if I would have only seen like. Because I ain't gonna lie. The person who's like my dead giveaway is the person who everybody wants me to say. I feel like that's my honorable mention. But let me throw my waifu of the year out there. Mitsuri Kanroji, how do you say her name? The love pillar.
Okay.
Waifu of the year, and then this would have been best girl. This is my honorable mention waifu of the year. Lisa from Fire Force.
Oh, okay.
She would have been my best girl if she wouldn't be on some fuck shit. You feel me?
She really is.
But the thing about it is, I feel like she had potential to be best girl because she's being manipulated, and at heart she wants to be good girl. You know what I'm saying? Best girl, but she's just on the wrong team right now. And I feel like I don't want to attribute that to her character because I like as where we are in Fire Force. I'm not a manga reader, so I can't spoil nothing. But I do feel like she's gonna be on a good team eventually.
Hopefully, so
unless they just kill her ass.
So we got honorable mention. We got Lisa from Fire Force.
But my actual best girl, and then I gotta all right, my best girl. I'm gonna go ahead and just toss it out there, and then I'm gonna say my runner up. But it's I forget her last name. Aries from Astra Lost in Space.
What?
The pink hair girl. I gotta give her this because she is best girl. You feel me? And this was I originally right before I sat down. You feel me? I had it as Kohaku from Dr. Stone.
Oh my god!
I had to say either Kohaku from Dr. Stone or Aries from Astra Lost in Space.
Well, don't say your runner ups because then let me just say mine.
Okay.
Because I'm your runner up is probably mine.
I just had those two, and I could kind of say that that's a tie, but I want to say. Definitively Aries is my number one, and then my runner up is Kohaku from Dr. Stone.
Big shocker here, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't think this. I thought this was the easiest category. Well, it looks like we're gonna be different on everything tonight. My runner up is Maki from Fire Force. I love me some Maki.
I didn't know you was gonna say Maki.
Yeah,
no. I was expecting you to go somewhere else.
No, my runner up is Maki.
Your runner up is Maki.
My runner up is Maki.
Okay.
I love me some Maki. She is a gorilla cyclops if I ever saw one, and I just love it. Love the anger.
Facts.
Love that she takes care of herself. She cares about the team. Like, love everything Maki stands for. And I didn't have any honorable mentions. That was just my runner-up. But the winner of best girl for me is none other than Nezuko.
Yeah, and that's what I'm
like. What?
I feel like everybody wanted me to say Nezuko. And I'm with the quips, bro. You know, last year I gave Todoroki like Hero of the Year.
Yo, that was
like that.
nuts. Yeah. People were probably like, what the fuck?
But the reason why I didn't give Nezuko, because I really wanted to give Nezuko best girl. And especially being that I read the manga and I know Nezuko's future role in Demon Slayer. But
Chibi Nezuko? You turning Chibi Nezuko down.
First impression, Nezuko was best girl. You feel me? And she gave me a lot to work with as far as just the cuteness, the chibi shit. I loved it.
Violent?
For the fact that by the time you get to episode 24, like I was rewatching Demon Slayer episode 1 English dub because, you know, I was rewatching it when the dub came out. So I'm watching it on Toonami and they're showing the first episode of Tanjiro and his family before she becomes a demon. And she was talking, I was like, "Oh wait, this bitch got lines?" I was like, "I don't remember Nezuko having lines. That's cap. I don't even remember in episode 1 she had the Japanese voice actor having lines." But it's crazy how you get to episode 24 and she hasn't said shit the whole season, but you feel for this character, you love this character,
facts,
and you hope for this character. She's like one of the characters you root for, and you want to see win.
That's why I gave it to her.
But I will say, as compelled as she had me from day one, you know what I'm saying? The reason why I give this to my original thought wanting to give it to Kohaku because she's such a pure-hearted individual character. And it's crazy how you said the gorilla shit about Maki.
Yeah.
Because in Dr. Stone, I want to say, I forget the dude's name, Crone, the brown-haired dude?
Yeah, Chrome.
Chrome. So he's like he's always giving Kohaku shit for being manly or whatever, or being like a gorilla. That's what he says. He's like, you a gorilla ass. Like, he's like, I don't look at you like a woman. You a gorilla. And she always get played, like Phil played, want to fuck him up on some like, oh, you want to see a gorilla? So I like her because her main goal in the whole first season was to heal her sister. Her sister's sick. She's sitting there like, look, nigga, I would literally do anything. And just her putting her faith in Senku, a lot of the times, that's something that's hard for anybody to do with like, they got people who love people and trust people. It's harder for them to put their full trust in them. Mm-hmm. And she's putting her trust in this complete strangers off of the strength of like the small percentage that he could heal her sister. The whole, and then when like the shit happens with her sister, I don't want to spoil everything, but just know she tugged my heartstrings. And the same thing with Ares. Ares tugged my heartstrings because of the role she played at the beginning of Astra. I was sitting there like, oh, I didn't dislike her, but I was sitting there like, okay, she's just a basic anime bitch. You feel me? And especially when I heard other people talk about Astra, but then when I finally got to the end, she has so much character and so much personality, and I slept on that when I first was introduced
Showing
to her.
love to Astra Lost in Space. I see you out here. All right.
I had to throw those out there.
Best girl, Chrissa got Eri, and I have Nezuko. Let's move on to best boy. I'll start this one off since you started the last one. Honorable mention, I have Arthur from Fire Force. Gotta show Arthur some love. Dumbness, love it. Like, everything about Arthur, he's just genuinely himself. He has similar traits to who I assume your best boy is, but I'm not gonna jump the gun. Mm-hmm. My runner-up, though, was Zenitsu, just strictly on comedy and just wanting to see him thrive, but him never thriving. Love Zenitsu. But the winner for this is Thorfinn for me. He's so angry, he's so upset, and he's so hurt. I just want to just be like, bro, there's love out there for you, bro. You okay? Like, pick your head up, dog. We're going to be all right. We're going to get through this. Badass character. He's not a hero, but he's driven on his mission. And I had to show Thorfinn some love.
I feel that 150%. I love your run-ups and your winner. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people going to expect me to go another certain way with this one, and I'm going to throw people off.
I'm expecting a certain way for sure, just if you watch all these episodes.
And I want to show Thorfinn some love, but I want to show him some love later on. So my runner-ups would be like Inosuke. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he didn't get it.
And that's why I had to throw him out there as my first runner-up, because I feel like a lot of people were expecting Inosuke to be
the winner.
Yeah, because Inosuke's my GOAT. You feel me? And my hype has died down a little bit on Inosuke. Not saying I love him any less, but saying like when I first was introduced to him as a character, when I first sped through the manga and watched the anime, like he was my favorite character of the summer, favorite character of the fall. He might be my favorite all-around character of the year. But as far as best boy, I feel like he comes in second to a couple, or like second or third to a couple. So my actual, my best boy, it could, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to young Chrissa, because he's my number one runner up. Right before I say my best boy. Cause I really like seeing Chrissa shine. I got to see.
He had a good and like closed out the year very strong.
Bro, I got to see so much of Chrissa's personality. I think I told you this a couple weeks ago, but whenever we originally watched the first episode with him and Fat Gum, and the bad guy with the guns and shit like that in the streets, I thought that was it. Whenever everybody was like, "Oh, Chrissa gets his shine this season," I thought that was it.
Oh, okay.
And then we see him get a real fight, and then we get like backstory and flashbacks, and it made me like, I always liked Chrissa as a character, and I always liked him his character as an aesthetic, his character's character design or whatever. But this made me feel for him as a character as a whole, not just his aesthetic, not just his he's cool, he's Bakugo's homie. This gave me something to connect with him.
You, yeah.
His personality.
Gave some meat to him.
But my number one. And this could be in a lot of other categories, but my purest best boy, I give it to Shigeo. You know what I'm saying?
I totally missed shout
I
out to
you were gonna say Shigeo.
No, I'm giving Shigeo love later on.
Yeah, Shigeo has to get his love throughout this whole thing. My boy Mob is just the best boy. I felt for him in season 1, but this year, just all the emotions he made me feel through every single episode of season 2, every single thing that every single time he accelerated, or every single time he was brought up a little bit, it made me physically proud, like that's my son. And I had no attachment to the character, not even like a year and a half ago. Like I knew Mob Psycho 100
big
was
year
out.
for Mob Psycho this year. Shout out to Mob Psycho.
Season 2, and I said this on one of the other pods, season 1 had me like, okay, this is cool. I understand the hype to a certain extent, but when I got to season 2, I was like, why is this shit not talk? You know what I'm saying?
No, and to say it got released so early in the year, to come and still be in our memories, to be in the front of our minds at this point in the year after Demon Slayer, Fire Force, Dr. Stone, Promised Neverland, it stood the test of time, and it's still one of the best this year.
And to me, Shigeo and just the whole mob as a whole, the whole Mob Psycho, to me, it is timeless of a concept, timeless of a love. It's like I'ma always remember Shigeo. I'ma always, you know what I'm saying? Like for the future when Shigeo come, I'm it's gonna be hard to like, you know how you'll like a character and then they'll have a moment with the character and it'll kind of ruin the character for you. Not saying it'll ruin it, but it'll take your love of the character down a couple notches.
Yeah, it'll knock it a couple pegs.
Never in my life will this happen with Shigeo. And like, to kind of piggyback what you said about how this dropped so early in the year, like and to add on to how it's timeless, Super dropped last year and it was cool, but Jiren's hype has died down. You know what I'm saying?
Tremendously.
Jiren's still cool. Super was still cool, but that kind of, it was a spark that fizzled for a while it was out. Like the season was really hot. The era of Dragon Ball Super was hot, but now that it's over, it's like people aren't talking about it next year, which is crazy because it's Dragon Ball. We even got the Broly movie at the top of this year, and even in December, people aren't really talking about that.
Yeah.
But
goes
Mob,
back to my thing of keeping it away.
people are still talking about Mob. People are going to be talking about Mob well into next year, whether we get a new season or not.
Hopefully we do, man.
People, and it's one of those series that I'm kind of glad it's not super mainstream. It is mainstream to a certain extent, but there are still tons of people out there that sleep on it. They wait for somebody like me or you to come on a pod and say, give Shigeo an award for them to be like, let me at least see what it's about.
Yeah.
But or at least see somebody on Twitter that they fuck with to speak on it, because I've been seeing slowly a lot of people who I thought would have been on it already, like mainstream anime fans,
slowly getting to it. Yeah,
getting on it.
Hey man, as long as they get to it, because Mob Psycho is one of the best. So Chris's best boy is Shigeo. Mine is Thorfinn. So let's move on to, since you said movie, we didn't write this down, but let's real quick, because I know we could do this off the tip of our tongue.
For sure.
Let's do best movie of the year, best anime movie of the year. You can start us off. I know I'm putting you on the spot.
Well, I feel like you should start it.
All right, I can start it off. Mine is done.
Which one?
My runner-up is Black Cat, the Crunchyroll exclusive. Really love that movie, man. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to see a sequel, because like I want to know what happens next. Like, I love the story. I love seeing the plight of her trying to choose between her grandfather and her father. Just very, very interesting story, and they left a cliffhanger. So shout out to Black Cat, shout out to Crunchyroll for that. That is my runner-up. But the winner is One Piece Stampede, by far.
That's why I wanted to let you go, because that's mine as well. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I should be the guy holding it down for Broly.
It didn't do much new.
And don't get me wrong.
It's the same movie,
spectacular.
Except they gave Broly a backstory.
I give Dragon Ball Super a 9.9 out of 10, but I give One Piece that 10, Stampede, because it just did a little bit more. And the only reason why I don't want to hold anything against Broly, because I love that movie a lot, and it was basically just a fan service movie, and for that, it hit every spot it was supposed to hit. I think it was fantastic as far as it took 3 canon movies, or 3 non-canon movies, and turned them into 1 canon movie, and did it better than everything that came before it. I like new Bardock better than old Bardock. A lot of people have a problem with like the manga canon version of Bardock because they're used to the old Bardock, but I love it. I love new canon Broly. I love canon Gogeta. So just for the fact that you brought Toriyama brought that all in, it's enough for a mention, and it's enough to be in high regards as it was when it dropped. And I don't want to take anything from it, but it goes to show you that being that cold, to say that One Piece is right above that. Like, niggas been waiting years for Broly to be canon. Whenever Super first came back, people were like, is Broly coming back? Whenever the show Super was announced, are we getting Broly? Tournament of Power. Is somebody, like, as soon as they saw Kefla, like, is Broly gonna be here? And then you get no Broly, and then you finally get it after buku years, and One Piece still tops it.
One Piece not only gave you fan service, One Piece gave you canon information that's now important now with the, spoiler alert, with the mention of Laugh Tale. Like, we see all the supernovas fight. We see Zoro get a big fight with Fujitora. We see Law, Luffy, Sabo, Smoker, Boa, your boy Rob Lucci, even
Lucci.
Like, it was just everybody in the show.
Super cameo heavy, and I love that about it.
It was the Avengers of One Piece.
Exactly. Like, Dragon Ball gave us Broly, Bardock, Gogeta. It's like, yay! One Piece gave us, like you said, Rob Lucci, Boa, Sabo. The list goes on for a long time.
Captain Kidd, Hawkins, the whole
and
a backstory with Roger,
as well as new characters, and all the captains you see, their whole crew is with them. It's just like a big fucking event. It felt like the movie, because I remember I told you a while back, Gold is one of my favorite One Piece movies for sure, just because of the spectacularness of the movie and how they made a big event. Like, it wasn't just a regular movie. Like, you watch a lot of Naruto movies and it's like, okay, it's Naruto movies. You watch a lot of Dragon Ball Z movies, it's like nothing special, nothing that we even question is canon or not. We don't really care. It's just a fun movie to watch. One Piece, this shit felt like a big event.
It did.
And it is canon, right? Like we don't
Laugh Tale's canon, but I don't want to get into spoilers. Just know we don't know if Bullet's canon.
Okay. But at the end of the day, it just felt like something very believable, very lovable body of work. The story was great. The fan service was great. The cameos were great. The fights and the animation were where it really excelled. But it hit damn near every moment, every little One Piece button for why I love One Piece. It hit every button. I remember just being in that theater. I was in the Broly theater as well. So don't, you know what I'm saying, think I'm being biased towards One Piece. But just the way certain moments hit in the theater for me, I felt the energy that I was hitting for everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, even certain, because see, I'm not 100% caught up with the anime. So certain moments were hitting harder than they hit for me, and I'm seeing everybody else react to them. Like, shit's happening, everybody's like, oh, ha, ha, ha. Like, you hear the whole crowd is like roaring at this. They're clapping at certain points. That didn't even happen. The only time in the Broly movie you really seen that shit happen was at the end, whenever he was like, call me Kakarot. Everybody was like, flips table. You know what I'm saying?
People didn't even clap for that, man. People clapped when Frieza got his ass whooped.
Oh, that was fun too. That was a fun moment. But motherfuckers was in that fucking One Piece room in that theater just getting emotional. And I felt that emotion. Like, One Piece has been really good since day one at just bringing that emotion out of you. If it wants to make you laugh, it's going to make you laugh hard. If it wants to make you cry, you're going to shed real tears.
I'm glad One Piece could get some award in this anime awards. I don't know if it's gonna get many, but shout out to One Piece Stampede. Let's move on. Let's get into the nitty gritty of things. Let's start off with best new season. Chrissa, you can start us off. This is tough.
We jumping right into it.
We're getting into the shits. Like, best boy and best girl was light. Best movie was light. We're in the shits now.
So this is one. I don't know if we're gonna be in agreement on this, but it's a tie for me.
Oh, wait, we got a tie.
I don't want to have any runner-ups, any honorable mentions, because it was clearly just these two seasons that came back and shined. Attack on Titan, second half of season 3, because it broke in the end of season 2. Like, season 3 started 2018, stopped sometime in September.
We got part 2 this year.
And yeah, we got the finishing half. And it's like it's a half of a season that dropped in 2019. And it wasn't just like continuing from 2018. It was a clear break and like a couple months break, or 3 months maybe. You know what I'm saying? So I consider that they gave us a season's worth of material.
Yeah, no, it counts 100%.
So I'll say Attack on Titan season 2 and Mob Psycho season 2. Mob Psycho season 2 was my winner, 150% before I saw.
I broke it up different. I'm gonna give Mob Psycho love later on the show, but for me, a best new singular season, hype. Continuation of what we left off of and progressing the story to continue in a later season. I gotta go with Attack on Titan.
Okay, I thought you about to say My Hero, but I'm like, okay, now
I gotta go Attack on Titan.
I'm like, whoo, but yeah, Attack on Titan.
My
for sure.
goodness, what they did this season, like we just did our Attack on Titan apology episode, but like, gotta give Attack on Titan love for this. With, I know we want to go into spoilers, but if you're already watching this with the Ackerman stuff, going into the past of Grisha.
Now see,
Grisha
like, all
Jaeger.
the shit we got. Like, I'm gonna go into light spoilers, but I'm not saying any specifics, but I'm just kind of giving you an outlook on how the seasons run. You get to the end of season 1 and end of season 2, and I remember I told you this, that I was like, I would not have been able to stop watching season 1 at the end of season 1 and wait however many years it was before season 2. And at the end of season 2, I would not have been able to wait again, because at the end of season 1, you're amazed. You have a lot of questions. At the end of season 2, you get maybe 1 or 2 questions kind of answered, but then you get like 50 more questions before all the other questions are answered. And that's at the end of the season. At the end of season 3, we finally get kind of like not a point of like stagnation, but we finally get that. It didn't end on a cliffhanger. It ended on sort of a cliffhanger, but you could tell it was at the end of this arc, and the next arc is about to open as soon as season 4 drops.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we got, like, at the end of the season, we got a fine conclusion versus a cliffhanger, because season 1, you don't get into the after. Well, I don't want to get too much into the story, but like,
no, but I get what you're saying. They left you at a conclusion, but you still want to know where we're going.
Like
from
mid arc. Like whenever I remember watching season 2, I watched the whole thing in one day. I always say that, but I started the same day I started and finished season 2. I was ending season 1, so I watched like the end of the last 2 episodes of season 1, and then just marathon the rest of the season. But like I the way it rolled. It was like a big. You didn't get any closure until the end of season 3, and we still don't got closure. We still got a lot of answers. We still got a long ways to go. But it felt like
the beginning of answering.
Yeah, and it felt like they wrapped up a long arc, and they had a million mini arcs in that big arc. But I feel like, whew, now it's like a deep breath, and you're ready for what season 4 has to offer. Like I'm so hyped for season 4.
Yeah, no, gotta give Attack on Titan credit. So I like both your answers.
I do want to say Mob Psycho 100. The reason why it's a tie for me, I can't give it an honorable mention or a runner-up, and I can't give it the number 1 is because of all the reasons why that makes Attack on Titan great. But the reason why I said earlier, like when I got to the end of Mob Psycho season 1, I felt cool on the thing. I was like, it's cool. This is a cool little show. I like it. I love this. This is top 10. Like, Mob Psycho 100 wasn't in my top 10, top 20. It may have been top 20, but it wasn't in my top 10 for sure after season 1. Season 2, maybe even top 5. Definitely top 5 of the year.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna save my thoughts. I'm just gonna save my thoughts. I'm not gonna spoil the rest of the show, the rest of the program. But word up, that is our best new season. Let's jump into the highly controversial, highly anticipated.
Where we about to go?
Best new anime of the year. Chrissa, I'll start this one off, man. So I'm going runner up. Well, no, honorable mention, Fire Force. Shout out to Fire Force.
Hey.
Gonna throw you an honorable mention. Loved everything you did. You started off slow and rocky, but you finished at briskling, smoldering fire, so to speak. But runner up, I got Demon Slayer.
Runner up, Demon Slayer.
I got Demon Slayer.
What you got number 1?
And at number 1, I got Vinland Saga.
I knew it. I knew he was gonna say Vinland.
I couldn't, bro. The level of storytelling. You know how I am when it comes to storytelling. The level of storytelling in Vinland just struck a chord with me. And from animation, it was so good that it made me go and read the manga. And just seeing Thorfinn's progression, seeing how the differentiations from the manga where the backstory is kind of in between, but learning the backstory first of Thor's and then figuring out the Asklad stuff, and then seeing Thorfinn as a child and grow up and then start to fight people that was with his father, and then we get into the whole Canute stuff. amazing. I cannot wait for season 2, and it didn't splash as big as a Demon Slayer, but quality, I feel, is just as good, if not a little better. That's why I had to go with Vinland Saga.
I feel you on all those points because like I said, when Vinland Saga first started, I said this whenever it first started, whenever we were first talking about it. I was kind of sour on it. I watched the first 4 episodes. I watched basically before Thor's, in the shit ended.
His demise,
yeah, his demise. Before that happened, I was sitting there like, man, this is moving kind of slow. I want to see where this is really going. I should have known it was going to take off at a moment like that. But after that, there's a slow build up from like 0 to 100 implies that it's not slow, but it kind of builds up is what I'm saying. Like, but it builds up quickly, but you can feel the build up to where whenever the climaxes hit, they hit pretty hard. And I will say, Vinland Saga hits super hard for how it hits, and I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, especially being as sour as I was on the first few episodes. I didn't expect to come from that loving Thorfinn. And I'm gonna show Thorfinn some love later on down the line as well. But I do agree with the sentiment for having Vinland Saga as your animated new show of the year.
Yeah.
But see me, I'm going with Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Hey man, there's no wrong choice this year.
And see, I do want to give honorable mentions to the Astra Lost in Space,
Shout out.
Fire Force, Vinland Saga. But my runner up is The Promised Neverland because
yes, okay,
bro, you sold me on that bitch so hard. You was telling me it's gonna be cold, and I remember when I first saw it on a Forever World breakdown, because Forever World likes to do the numbers halfway through the year and at the end of the year the manga sales, and I remember him being in all like, damn, Promised Neverland, that's out selling a lot of shit. Like, I don't even got an anime out. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to check that out. And I was like, what? Promised Neverland is beaten, huh? And it doesn't have an anime? I'm like, this shit gotta be cold. And then I look at it, I'm like, huh? I was like, what do you mean? So it always intrigued me, but whenever you gave me that cosign, like, I read it, nigga, it's flames. I can't even tell you about it. And I was like, you can't even tell me about it? You was like, look, just you gotta understand.
Yeah, just wait.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I can't spoil it for you. And then when it hit extra hard.
And the only reason why I didn't put it on my list is because I read the manga first. And I don't know if that
Not ruined it,
but because the first season is very horror based, very thriller based. The jump scares I already knew when they were coming. I knew the story. Mm-hmm. So it was just looking at things like, is the animation good? How does it look? And it looked beautiful, but in terms of seeing something new and fresh, I had to go with I put Kimetsu no Yaiba and Vinland above it. But I understand why it's your second. If I didn't read the manga, it could be arguably my number one. Like, what Promised Neverland did was something spectacular. It went into the category of the Death Notes of the of that, not your typical shonen, but it's gonna go its own path, charter its own journey, and I can't wait for season 2 in October.
It was very non-shonen for shonen, and I do understand a lot of the reasons why, but for the exact reason why you have it not, like, it hit me so hard.
No, I get it.
And let me break down to you, because I really want to explain my Demon Force being number one, because a lot of people saw Funimation gave Demon Slayer animation of the year, and people were like, meow, but their shit was favorite animation with their category. You can't say some shit like, this is my favorite, and then you get mad at somebody for their opinion. It's an opinion. We're all allowed to have them, and we can't act like Demon Slayer didn't change the game this year as far as shonen anime. Now, the reason why I'm giving it to Demon Slayer over Promised Neverland, but I have to give Promised Neverland such a high runner up, because it could have been there by like this much. Yeah. And we've said this on another episode, but I said the reason why I would give it to a Demon Slayer over a Promised Neverland was because Promised Neverland gave us 12 episodes of gas. Demon Slayer gave us 24 episodes of gas. And they're both like 10 out of 10 shows when you give me a little bit, you give me quality, but you give me more quantity. With the quality, is like, I understand giving you quantity at the lack of quality, but you gave me a lot of quality in one bag, then you gave me more quality in the other bag, and like, I can't pick, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, every single episode of Promised Neverland left me on a cliffhanger to where me and my girl are watching this, and we can't wait till the next day. We're literally like, shit, it's Monday, 4 days till fucking Promised Neverland, you know what I'm saying? I remember it was dropping on Thursday nights, if I'm not mistaken.
No facts.
So it was a big event for me. So for Demon Slayer to come through, and I remember I told you this as well, after we got to the end of Promised Neverland, the first season, I tried to read the manga. I tried to read the manga along with watching it. It didn't hit the same, and the animation style didn't pull me as hard as the anime did. But Demon Slayer, and this is before we get to episode 19 where Twitter went crazy and it started trending. This is right whenever that Rui, Spider Kids, Spider Mom, is whenever you get into the Spider Mom shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
As soon as Tanjiro and Inosuke run into, I think it's whenever they had the kids in the spider web and they were just murking the kids. And I was like, damn, nigga, they are just killing people like nothing. You feel me? I was like, I have to read this at this point. I can't just wait to see what happened with the little kid. Because at this point, I'm into the Jumputi Heroes game where I've already been spoiled. The little kid, the 12th moon?
Yeah.
We see him, and I've seen him, and it made me so excited to just get to the good shit. So I got to the good shit, and by the time I'm watching episode 19 and seeing it trend on Twitter, it's still hitting me super hard, even though I had read it. And at that point, by the time we get to the end of season 1, I'm knee deep into shit that we're probably not going to get animated until 2024.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just for the fact that I'm super into My Hero, I'm super into Dr. Stone and all these other series, I don't really read a lot of the manga. A lot of the manga I've been reading 2019 has been like shit like 666 Satan, My Girlfriend is a Gal, or however you say it in Japanese. But it's been a lot of shit that I don't watch the anime for. I read manga just to get a whole nother experience. I don't read too much shonen manga. I read like a lot of throwed off romance manga, just random shit when I'm reading manga. Demon Slayer is the first Shonen Jump to pull me in and get all the way caught up within the matter of like a month or two. That's why I gotta give it that, because the impact it had on me, it reminded me, and you know my favorite anime all time is Yu Yu Hakusho. I had to give it to Demon Slayer because it hits all the same buttons that Yu Yu Hakusho did. Badass MC that speaks his mind. You know Yusuke would cuss people out and tell people off. Tanjiro's the same way in a different way. And then you get all the demon shit, and I love demon aesthetic in anime. So I just had to kind of break that down for it's not just me. A lot of people will be like, Demon Slayer is my anime of the year, my new anime of the year. And people will be like, oh, so you've basically watched 5 anime in your life.
No, I feel you.
So
Hey, man. Like,
me personally,
I'm not
Demon Slayer
upset at any of the choices between Promised Neverland, Vinland, or Demon Slayer. I'm not upset at any of those.
We had a lot of slappers this year.
Yeah, and like I said, shout out to Fire Force, had great new. Shout out to Dororo, shout out to Astro Lost in Space. I'm trying to think of any more new.
No
ones.
Guns Life.
Yeah, shout out to No Guns Life, and shout out to Special Crime Unit 7. I fuck with that show.
Honestly, too, and I don't know if we got any awards for this one, but Radiant has been having. That's not a new anime.
Yeah, that's new season.
But definitely, I want to give a shout out.
Comeback of the year.
Definitely, but I want to give a shout out to Africa Salesman. If I think is what it's called. Salaryman. Africa Salaryman. Funniest random. I just randomly clicked it. I'm like, what the fuck? This is an anime, and I watched it, and it hit hard. So if you're a fan of comedy, I'll have to shout that one out just because it might be something you would enjoy.
100%. So Chris's best new anime is Demon Slayer. My best new anime is Vinland. All right, let's jump into fight of the year. Chrissa, what is your fight of the year?
Fight of the year. For sure. We talked about this a lot. Like we was going over this, but
yeah, we had to watch fights before we started this video.
And we just watched it, and just watching it like 20 minutes ago or whatever, it solidified Levi versus Beast Titan or Zeke. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, seeing Levi turn fucking Beast Titan's arms into curly fries made my fucking. I had to run it back. Like I'm watching, like, ooh, replay. Oh my god, instant replay. Like I'm watching.
That was like Attack on Titan's moment on Twitter this year. Because like I remember when that episode dropped, like people on Twitter and Facebook were going crazy. The AOT fans at least.
And see, I caught on to it late. I watched it like maybe last month or so, like maybe beginning of December. But when I watched it, boy, did that shit hit hard. Like seeing finally, and in true Attack on Titan fashion, you don't ever get your true W that you want. You don't ever get that solid win, but you get wins as far as moments. And this moment was such a great win for me. Seeing him,
especially what happened earlier.
Bro, he sliced his arms, curly fried his arms up real quick, sliced his eyes, then got his ankles,
pulls his ass out of the Titan.
And bro, then stabs him in the mouth. And at that point, I'm like, oh,
yeah. So
I'm twitching at this point. I'm so hyped. Like I can't believe what my eyes are seeing because I'm expecting another L. Like this is right after we're seeing the whole army run up on Beast Titan and his gang and getting smashed by crumbles of boulders. You know what I'm saying? So
fucked.
And this is me, and not to spoil too much, but this is from me seeing season 1, season 2, and seeing countless members of the gang die, countless members of the gang get beaten and betrayed, and just you want to see them win and they lose, and it's like a harsh loss. You know what I'm saying? And you don't even really get time to recover from it. This is the first time you really see like, nah, Nah, that ain't happening. And you saw Beast Titan, he's like, oh, let me protect my neck. Like, nah, that's not happening, nigga. Like, and the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, yes. I'm sitting there expecting something to happen for Levi just can't get his shit off. Like, right after that curly fry arm shit, I'm sitting there like, okay, he got a good lick in, so it's time for him to die. He's going out with a flare. But dude really just blew my mind for like, and like, it was so, like, just watching it made me realize how short that little.
Not a long fight, but a very impactful fight.
Oh, super
That is
impactful.
my runner-up. Honorable mention, I want to shout out another one from Attack on Titan, the Ackerman battle between Kenny and Levi. Solid fight.
Shout out the Ackermans.
But, also honorable mention, Mob versus the president of Claw, the redhead homie show's father. Shout out that fight. But my fight of the year is Teruki versus Shimazaki. That is, Teruki is and the other members of Claw, the Scar members who were from season 1. Shimazaki is the teleporter in Mob Psycho. That's the scene where he takes Teruki's face and he's just bashing it into corridor, teleporting, bashing into concrete, teleporting. The animation was absolutely beautiful. Seeing the fight with all the different members of the Scar group of Claw, the new allies, seeing the brother fight, and just everything about that fight said fight of the year to me. Good animation, good choreography, and good ending to the fight as well.
For sure. That was one of them flip the table over fights for me too. Like, I'm seeing like the impact when he was smashing Son's face into everything he could smash it into. I was sitting there like, oh, they taking it there. They taking it there season 2. But so I agree with you on that one as well. That's my runner up. So like those two fights, we're agreement is like top 2.
Yeah, they're the best 2 fights of the year.
But
but let me shout out love. Luffy Katakuri.
For sure.
Gotta throw out love to Luffy Katakuri, Whole Cake Island. Great fight, expected more. And I know people gonna be like, well, Kaido fight just happened. I'm not showing that love yet. Like, it looked dope. I'm just not. One Piece is gonna have a fight of the year at some point.
I've been seeing the hype get built up for the Kaido fight, so I can't wait to see there. It's good to see that. But also, you know, me being a Demon Slayer guy, you know, I gotta say Rui versus Tanjiro, but even more for me, specifically Tanjiro versus Inosuke, because that was when I first fell in love with Inosuke as a character. Because at first he was just intriguing, but whenever you see him and his just not give a fuck attitude, he was so confusing when you first started seeing him and Tanjiro interact, and that random for no reason fight they had, and just the headbutt and just everything about their little altercation. I kind of like that. It kind of hit me in the feels more than it did the Rui fight.
Prediction for fight of the year next year: Chisake versus Deku. I'm just saying it now.
My prediction for, you know what I'm saying? My prediction for fight of the year next year involves my son Uzui, you know what I'm saying? My favorite Hashira.
I don't think he's going to be there. I don't think we get that.
If we get Demon Slayer by the end of the year,
we're just getting the movie.
Yeah, you're right. Because I don't even know the movie's gonna come out top of next year or the end of next year.
End of next year.
And if it comes out in the next year, we're definitely not getting season 2 until 2023, 2022, 2021, hopefully.
Hell yeah, no, bro, no. It's Chisake.
I got real hype just now, and then I got low to realize, damn, you're right. Demon Slayer is gonna be drawn out slow because of the animation. As long as they animate it right and the quality is up, I could wait however long. But I'm excited for the Chisake.
Dark Horse, Promise Neverland is gonna give us a fight. I'm not gonna say how, but Dark Horse next year.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Fire Force.
They gonna be toting. No, I'm not. I'm the Fire Force could, but I'm saying
Fire Force keep rolling. We gonna have a lot of good fights.
Promise Neverland gonna be toting them gats.
And I've been seeing it.
And
with
that
the,
might
with
be
the
fight
Glock,
of the
son.
year.
I'm saying Emma got the blicky. You know what I'm saying? But no, at the end of the day, next year we're gonna have My Hero fights, One Piece fights. Hopefully, still Vinland Saga, Attack on Titan. So hopefully next year is better than this year. But this year we did get a lot of quality.
Lot of quality.
I feel like a lot of people were gonna want us to have. I'm surprised that neither one of us had Tanjiro versus Rui. I feel like everybody was like, oh, they're gonna say it.
No,
episode 19 Demon Slayer.
Nah, they got better fights than that.
And that's why I had to defend my Demon Slayer answer earlier, because we're not just gonna dick ride. Last year was the My Hero Awards, not because we were dick riding, but this year there's so much great aspects to different shows. Like,
big facts. No, I'm with you. So next up we got the Rookie of the Year. Chrissa, you can start this one off.
Rookie of the Year, goddammit, goes to, this is where I'm gonna show love to another character mentioned earlier, but my runner-up is Tanjiro.
Whoa!
My runner-up, and it was a long thought process, because Tanjiro instantly, when you think Rookie of the Year, I'm like Tanjiro for sure. But my Rookie of the Year goes to Thorfinn.
Nice.
Because honestly, I'm rooting for him super hard, and I saw him come up a long way, and he's still not even where he could be, but I saw him come up a lot. Like when you see his first altercation with Askeladd, he keeps getting washed, but he keeps getting stronger, and at some point he's getting more and more respect from everybody. You know what I'm saying? People are taking him more serious as time goes on. And you just see him really turn into like a super badass, super fast. And he's still a young nigga. Like even, well,
he grew up a little bit.
How old is he?
Maybe like 15, 14.
But still, he's still a young nigga. Like he's around the same age as like the like Aaron and shit like that. And he's like way more gangster. And I was talking to one of my homeboys about Vinland Saga earlier, and because I was watching episode 23 or something like that. And he was like, bruh, he just passed over me. He's like, oh, what you watching? And he's like, oh, you watching Vinland Saga? And he turned away because I told him watch. He's like, I can't see what you watching if I want to watch it, you know?
Yeah.
And he was like, damn, bro. He's like, I always thought that shit was going to be trash. He was like, it's not real because he's really into Bleach and Naruto and amongst other things, but those are his top two. And
this is a different tier.
It's not shonen.
It's not shonen.
He was like, it's not shonen, is it? I was like, no, it's seinen. So he's like, so there's not really no powers and shit. I was like, son, when you see the fighting, I feel like you're gonna fuck with it.
Yeah,
like,
there's no need for power.
You don't have any kind of Soul Reaper powers. You don't have any ninjutsu, but it's still deep watching this shit.
Yeah, so, captivating. 100%.
Thorfinn is a captivating character. I went from like not liking him that much to loving him like quickly. So I had to throw him in there as my rookie of the year because I feel like if Vinland Saga continues to go on, we're gonna see him. We haven't even seen a flash in what he can do, or what he's gonna be able to do. So I'm really excited for the future because we've already gotten to see a lot of strong characters to contrast him to. So just seeing where he's gonna go, you know he's gonna pass up all these other motherfuckers. You know he's gonna be colder than his dad or just as cold as his dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're gonna have some interesting turns.
So that's my rookies of the year.
100%. Well, mine is I honorable mention was Shinra. Runner up was Thorfinn, but my rookie of the year is Tanjiro. I went with the boy.
Oh, you went with Tanjiro? I thought you was gonna go with Shinra.
No. I couldn't give it to Shinra. As much as I love Shinra, I couldn't give Shinra no love.
I wanted to give it to Tanjiro so bad too.
Yeah, no, I gotta call it like this is where you were like talking about for your best new anime. This is where I gotta come and be honest. If you want to talk about a hero that impacted me this year, and I felt impacted just the way that talk shit mentality, but still being a hero in his own right, and just hitting the conversation so hard to where if you look at the impact of Demon Slayer outselling One Piece for a time, and Demon Slayer coming in and hitting this big platform, being a Twitter moment with Tanjiro fighting Rui episode 19, and then seeing all of his chibi moments becoming a meme. Like Tanjiro was the rookie of the year both in popularity and in both show.
I always, and not to hop on the Bleach slander the train because I love Bleach honestly, but
I was watching Bleach before this shit started.
A lot of people know that Ichigo is not my favorite MC, and it's for a lot of different reasons. But mainly the reason why Tanjiro shines is because he has so much personality, and I'm tired of people acting like Tanjiro doesn't deserve to be hyped up and doesn't deserve to be in that Hall of Fame with the Yusuke, Goku, Luffy, Naruto, Ichigos, because to be honest with you, he, as a character, makes you love him so quickly. And then throughout time, it's not like you get sour on him, your hype dies down, or to me, it builds up because you see more and more of his personality.
Him and Deku are the faces of
and Deku,
Shonen Jump. 100. Like Luffy's the front runner, but Deku and Tanjiro are the next two up.
Like
at
this point in time, I either feel like you just have bad taste or you are contrarian. Yeah, you're just hating to just go against the grain. If you're hating on Tanjiro or Deku as two of the, and we could say Asta or whatever, because Asta probably has his shit, but nobody deserves to be more in the Hall of Fame of like. We know there's no big three, but you know the big three and Goku are the four most.
They're popular, in the game right now.
Well-known anime MCs. So to put Tanjiro and Deku up there, I feel like they're well deserved to be up there with the goats.
Oh yeah, they're the next up. They're like the Hall of Famers are up there. They're like in the game right now playing, but like their first ballots when they retire. 100%. Word. Well, that wasn't as controversial as the others. Let's jump into right now villain of the year.
So which one would have started that one off?
I can start it off because you started the last one. I'll start this one off. Runner up for me was Muzan. I'm not going to talk much about it. I'll let you talk about Muzan because I know you have to. But my villain of the year is the Beast Titan, Zeke. What Zeke represented to Attack on Titan, and then seeing him lose, but then him bounce back, and just the way he affected the entire gang of like Eren and everybody. He was this threat. He killed major members of this crew. His plan really decimated the scouts, and he is a true villain because he believes he's right and no one else can change his mind about that. And he's one of those people where he's trying to convince the audience that he's right. And you're like, maybe in this offshoot world, maybe. Mm-hmm. And it's like, everything he's doing, I just want to know more and more about. He's my villain of the year.
Nah, I do fuck with Beast Titan. When he first pulled up, I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, let me give honorable mention to Katakuri, because I loved his story. So shout out Katakuri.
I fucks with Beast Titan, but let me be the first to say, fuck what his name? Ronald what's his name? The Armor Titan.
Oh, Reiner.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck Reiner. Fuck Binault or whatever his name is. Bertolt. These niggas got ugly names and uglier personality traits. Fuck all the Attack on Titan villains. I was feeling sour on Ann. I was like, fuck Ann. Every nigga who was on the squad and switched up, every nigga like Zeke, they want you to feel sorry for these niggas in Attack on Titan. Yeah, I feel zero sorry for all these niggas. I hate them with a passion, but that makes them great villains. And when
facts.
And Beast Titan what makes him a great villain before you even know Zeke and the backstory behind it. Just when he pulls up, he's so mysterious and so badass, and with the whole war thing with the castles, you're sitting there like, what?
And you can't beat this dude. And then when he just starts taking out legions of scouts, it's like,
and then you can't kill him, bro. Because like right with the Levi shit, I'm expecting this nigga to be dead, and he gets the swift getaway thanks to fucking stupid Packer Titan, whatever you want to call him, like
the big mouth
mover Titan. Like, oh, let me save this nigga. I was so pissed to see that. Like when I watched that, I was like, no, and that goes to speak on how good of a villain he is, because you don't want to see that villain win.
No,
and to me, the reason why I don't include him in my tops is because I'm a villain guy.
No facts.
So I like to love my villains, you know what I'm saying? But if I hate the villain, that just makes you even better of a villain, because that means I can't even like you. You're so bad. Like, to me, I don't like Aizen because Aizen's just like a prick to me, you know what I'm saying?
Aizen's evil, bro.
And there's a lot of niggas who are badass evil, but there are a lot of niggas who are just pure, just fucked up evil. Like, to me, I love Light a lot because you see a lot of the redeeming qualities in Light versus like you know he's a fucked up individual, but at the same time you're still watching it like, damn, how does he do it?
You can maybe sympathize with him.
With Beast Titan, I was wanting him to get killed as fast as possible just because I want to see my guys win, and it's impossible for these niggas to catch a W around this nigga. Like he's doing some crazy. She's leading
the charge, man,
and he's doing a great job, and I'm excited to see how they combat him in the future, and I'm excited to see his demise because, bruh, he's gonna be a hard one to take down. I can't believe Levi got what he got off. But to get off that, to get into my number one, let me get just a couple more honorable mentions off. Chisaki for sure, overhaul made
that's
an
villain
impact
of the year
on me
next year for sure.
But the reason why I include him is because I'm not really on the manga like talking about, but after the last episode with Mirio, he really showed his ass. You're starting to see a little bit more of his backstory, and you're seeing his power get
delved into,
exactly.
Shown.
But the reason why I'm really giving him honorable mention is because when you first see him touch down, I always talk about how Madara, when he touches down, it's such a badass moment. But as soon as you first see him, he strolls up on the League of Villains. These guys are badass right now. Like, the League of Villains are the main villains of the show. This guy pulls up on them, and it's like, hey, y'all niggas whack. Y'all need to join the gang or like get fucked up. And somebody's like, hey man, no, ain't no hey man, nothing. Psh, you're dead. See that? I just killed your homeboy. I really ain't want to have to kill your homeboy. I just came over here trying to be cool, deliver a message. Y'all do what y'all want with that. I'm out. And niggas can't even do him nothing. Like, Shigaraki's like, what the fuck just happened? And seeing Shigaraki kind of get his revenge, and we didn't see him get his revenge yet, but see he's plotting his revenge already. That makes me excited for Chisaki's demise. But another badass factor is whenever Midoriya first pulls up on him and he grabs that glove and he's like, nigga, do I gotta turn up on you niggas? Like, I just like that cockiness in a villain.
No, I love Chisaki, man.
That's why I love villains, because if you got the perfect the perfect aesthetic to combat the hero and look cool doing it. Like, the heroes are supposed to look cool. You the villain, you're supposed to look like the asshole. You supposed to be, the crowd's supposed to be, the audience is supposed to be rooting for you to die. So if you Chisaki and people are like, oh, this nigga, hey, he's a bad guy, but he's dope. Like, he's a dope bad guy. So I gotta give him that honorable mention. And as well as Tsukasa, I want to say Tsukasa from Dr. Stone.
Okay.
That's my other runner-ups. And Giovanni
Yo, from Fire Force, shout out Giovanni.
Just the way he played those sick
Evil
mind
ass
games.
dude, bro.
He's one of the. I love him for one of the main reasons why I love Askeladd. The crazy mental mind games.
Askeladd's an anti-hero.
Yeah, he's an anti-hero, but that's why they want to include him as a villain. But Giovanni's a clear villain, and he's deep with the mind games, and he's got Lisa deep into
abusive, manipulative, abuser, and abuser, bro.
But you know I'm giving it to Muzan. When he first touched down, sliced the back of Homeboy's neck, and it's like, Tanjiro, deal with that. I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? That busts my head. At the end, when he starts taking on different forms, and he calls the lower 6 moons, and like, hey, y'all niggas know y'all suck, right? And they're like, no, please, we could do better. Oh, you could do better? Did I not just say you suck? Are you going against what I just told you? No, man, shut up. Killed him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just to say the only one he left was the one that was just like getting off on seeing him kill everybody. He was about to kill them all. And instead of letting him go, he was like, look, I'm gonna inject you with more blood. If you die, who gives a fuck? But if you don't die, yeah, do your job.
Yeah.
So just seeing him and his whole nonchalant, not give a fuck attitude, his shrouded in mysteryness, his power, and just his sense,
impact on the show, just with very little screen time.
And bro, when you first with the meme, whenever you get the Michael Jackson shit off, and when you first see him, it's like, oh, he's low-key got a dope aesthetic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not to being a fan of the manga, I love him even more. But not even diving into the manga and the spoilers of where we're at now.
Yeah, please.
Just looking into the anime.
That's some nut shit.
And the anime, just him being shrouded in mystery and being so strong, powerful, badass, and just ruthless and cut. Like by the time you get to the end of the first season, you're seeing how he treats his own people on some Frieza shit. Like, I don't care about y'all, but on some like, Frieza was doing it to be an asshole.
He's kind of like Aizen in a sense where like I know I'm better than you. Mm-hmm. You have to listen to my will or you just die.
He kind of doesn't feel like the villain. He just kind of feels. He looks like he's just like.
He doesn't believe he's the villain either.
He's the villain with a stale face, whereas villains the villain with a smile. Frieza's the villain with a smile, to where he's like, ha ha, I'm a bad guy, but this guy's like, hey, look.
Muzan just thinks he's a natural disaster.
He's like, I just am what I am.
Yeah,
you know
I'm just Muzan.
And I love that about him, just because he's the epitome of just what you should be scared to fight. Like, even with Frieza, he's a badass, strong character, but you know who you're fighting. You're just fighting a little twit. You're fighting a little douchebag. With this guy, you don't know what's going on in his head. He's just emotionless on the face. You don't know what his goals are. I don't even think as far as the manga, you really even know his incentive and just his motive. He's just there and he's just fucking shit up and you gotta go with it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
So I gotta give him that.
Muzan,
sure.
Shout out. And so Chris's villain of the year is Muzan. Mine is the Beast Titan, aka Zeke. So let's get into Hero of the Year. Chrissa, you can start us off.
Oh, Hero of the Year? For sure, I'm gonna give it to, and honorable mentions, we got Shigeo, Shinra, Emma, Deku, Mirio, Sun Eater, all of my heroes.
Yeah,
like
shout out to Mirio, bro. It came in before the new year. Mirio is definitely in my runners up. Like, I'm giving it to him, bro.
He's badass. Seeing him with the whole thing with Sun Eater, and how before you even see him do badass shit already made me love him a little bit before you got to see him do work. But my runner-up Hero of the Year is Tanjiro.
Oh, shit.
Niggas want me to give Tanjiro Hero of the Year.
I thought you were going to give it to him. Damn.
I got to give it to the non-shonens, bro. Senku is my Hero of the Year. Just because,
Senku.
And this is me being objective right now, or trying to. Because I got my personal opinions. I want to say Tanjiro so bad because he gives me that Yusuke Urameshi vibe, to where he got that hard head.
I could buy Tanjiro being Hero of the Year because he is he does heroic stuff.
But, and to be honest with you, Senku doesn't do heroic shit out of the want to be a hero. He's being a hero is the last thing on his mind.
He's trying to create a kingdom of science.
But I'm not gonna lie, he does do a lot of heroic shit with that, in my opinion. To me, like whenever first of all, he saves Kohaku's sister, and that's like one of the biggest heroic things he can do. But I call him hero in a sense to where every like mini arc, every problem that's faced, he can be the only hero because he's the only nigga with brains, and he always comes to save the day no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like, even in weird clutch situations where I wouldn't think he could, he does. You know what I'm saying? And me not knowing science and not giving a fuck about science, I could never tell when he's gonna pull out his ass. Like, I guess if you're a scientist, I feel like this is the anime for people who are into science but not into science, as far as like in college watching science studying science, because I'm pretty sure all the shit he's saying is basic level shit. But I don't know what he's about to pull out of his ass, but I could know that it's not like ki or chakra. It's like literal
science,
things. Like, if this was like, this could be a live action adaptation and they could literally do this shit, and Bill Nye the Science Guy not even get no fake shit. They like literally show you how to create electricity in the anime, but it makes it to where you don't feel like you're watching a school video to where they're trying to teach you something, but they teach you something in a more indirect way, and you kind of end up not even caring, but just taking that on with you while you see this crazy story unfold. And I just like seeing Senku really come through in the clutch, like with the what are they gonna do? Like that's one of the reason why I like Light as a
protagonist,
antagonist.
Yeah,
just because literally he reacted to situations and he was a villain, but he reacted to situations in ways that you wouldn't expect. And Senku playing for the good team just is always prepared for any situation, even when he's not prepared. That's admirable in a hero. He's got a lot of W's in his one season versus Tanjiro being one of my favorite heroes, but he hadn't really done much as far as this nigga is still trying to save his sister. He got a couple wins as far as demons, but he didn't get no big win. He didn't really do nothing crazy heroic. He's kind of in his building training phase. I feel like his hero of the year day will come.
All right, word up. I got honorable mention. I got Shinra. I have Emma. I have Deku. I have Luffy. Honorable mention because Luffy did some good stuff against Katakuri and against Kaido this year. Shout out to Luffy. Runner up, I have Tanjiro and Mirio. Shout out to both of them. They did a lot of good stuff this year. But hero of the year for me is none other than Shigeo from Mob Psycho.
Crazy.
What it means to be a hero, he embodies in his character development from being this person who is very introvert, doesn't like to be outspoken. We just literally watched the episode where it was like, you got to not only look for the kindness of people, but you have to scold them when they're not doing the right thing. You have to be heavy-handed. You see a full character development of Shigeo to being a better person. Now when we get to season 3, it'll be a different Shigeo from season 1, and that transformation happens in season 2. He beats a big boss, a big fight. He has multiple fights. He even fights Mogami. He fights the president of Claw. Like, we see Shigeo go through full transformation. He saves his whole town. He has W's, he has wins, he has character development, and he has saving people. I gotta go with Shigeo for hero of the year.
See one of my speaking of one of my favorite Shigeo moments was whenever he walks in on his damn house and his parents like,
yeah, yo,
it's like, whoa. I was when I saw that, I was like, I was not expecting this show to go there and get this dark, and then seeing him react to that was one of the most iconic moments of the year to me. One of the most iconic moments in MCdom, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see an MC see that shit in season 2, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or, you may, but it didn't have that impact. That impact hit hard whenever he saw that and was like, oh, niggas gonna die. That was the first time you really seen him be like, I'm a really murder somebody out here.
No, yeah, and
he bossed up.
But then you see him gather those emotions and then just overcome that.
For sure. I thought you were gonna give it to Mirio for sure, because he's definitely.
But Mirio's runner up. I was just joking.
Especially after that last episode.
Yo, like really, Mirio had his arc. He
would have deserved it if people are considering of the year up until the last minute of the year, because he cut it close. But that's moment,
why I didn't give it to him. But like, yo,
that moment was definitely impactful. Like, he got my respect.
Shout out to Mirio for sure. But that's our hero of the year. Chrissa has Senku, and I have Shigeo. Real quick, manga of the year. I know we didn't have this in the category. I want to show some love to some of our favorite mangas. I'm going to give it to One Piece for me. This year of One Piece was fucking incredible. With everything in Wano, the Odin backstory, the Whitebeard stuff, the learning of the legendary Rocks crew, Roger. Like, I know I might be talking gobbledygook right now to you out there, ladies and gentlemen, but One Piece had the best manga run this year by far.
And see, I can't speak on the One Piece manga because I'm not even caught up with the anime. But
I know you want to give it to Demon Slayer. It deserves it.
No, for sure I'm giving it to Demon Slayer. But I do want to have a couple honorable mentions because Samurai 8 was pretty good.
Shout out.
They got a lot of new anime, new manga that I've been reading. Like Zip Man is pretty dope so far.
I like Spy Family.
Spy Family has a dope premise. Tokyo, what is it called? Tokyo Shinobi Squad or something like that.
I think that finished, but it was pretty good while it was going.
I didn't finish it, but it was pretty dope while it was going. I'm trying to find the ones that I've read on
Attack on Titan had a good year too.
Because there's one I don't quite know the name of, but I know it was dope. But I'm giving it to Demon Slayer because once you get to where we're in spoiler territory right now, like, oh my god, bro, like this is booted up to where I'm so glad I read the manga and didn't just wait and wait. Chainsaw Man had a great year.
Yeah, shout out to Chainsaw Man.
Love Chainsaw Man.
Jujutsu Kaisen had a great year, and that's one of my, when we get into predictions next episode.
They both deserve their props.
I think Jujutsu Kaisen's gonna have a big year next year.
But well, yeah, that's about it. Because I'm about to say, the other things I've read this year have been things that have been out, like 6668 and then like that, my girlfriend's a gal shit. That's one of my favorite ecchi anime manga of all time. Like the anime's out, I read it. I mean, I watched it, and I was like, I'd rather read the manga. And ecchi shit is dope in anime. And like, just to throw that out there for the ecchi fans, like, if y'all hit me up with some suggestions to some good shit, some good quality shit, because there was another anime that came out today too. Not today, this year. It was like My Teacher Senpai, like, what are you doing here, senpai, sensei, or some shit like that. Like, it was some stupid ass title, but funniest ecchi series, and I had to I gotta mention that too because the manga was amazing as well. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Well, yeah, gotta show love to One Piece and Demon Slayer. They had awesome years in the manga world. Let's jump to the final topic. It is the anime of the year. Chrissa, start us off, bro.
Man, we got here fast. I didn't even know we were here already.
I think we're an hour in, hour plus, you know.
But fucking anime of the year, Attack on Titan for me.
Holy shit!
Attack on Titan for me, man. Attack on Titan. And if we want to do anime of the decade, we talked about that.
Wait. Please wait for that one.
Oh, we doing that too?
Yeah, we can do that one.
Okay, I'm about to say, bruh, Attack on Titan is anime of the year to me.
Let's not blow the load.
I thought this was the last one. No. But anime of the year, even though, because, you know, Demon Slayer to me gets best new. You know, Mob Psycho and Attack on Titan both tied for best season. But as far as best anime of the season, of the year, Demon Slayer was crazy. You know, Dr. Stone was crazy. Vinland Saga was crazy. Promised Neverland blew my mind. But Attack on Titan, bro, I had to rewatch episodes, bro. Like, when I tell you, I'm not
mad at it.
I got to the end of the last episode of season 3 and restarted it from the beginning and didn't even care that I just watched that not too long ago.
Yo, I feel like I'm going to be a stan because, like, my anime, that's my runner-up. And my anime of the year is Mob Psycho Season 2.
Bro,
and the reason
it's worthy.
And I gave Attack on Titan Best New Season because I feel like with Mob Psycho presented in this, it was a complete season where the things we presented in the early part of the season were finished off in the last part of the season. Yeah, there's a cliffhanger in the sense of where we could go here, but if you finish Mob Psycho with this season, you get closure. You see a character development for Shigeo. You get the whole amazing stuff with your boy, Regan. Mm-hmm. You get all the good stuff with his brother. You get closure on that development with that. And just the heartstrings it pulled on you, where even in episodes where it wasn't like the tie together episodes where it felt like filler, it still tugged at our heartstrings. It gave us good action, great animation, arguably the best animation of the year, and the total package for me, Mob Psycho for me is just anime of the year.
When we definitely look back in hindsight,
Mob Psycho's it's gonna be one of the most underrated of this decade because it doesn't get the love of what everybody wants to. But the My Heroes, the Attack on Titans,
we're talking like the decade. I feel like it maybe won't, especially because it dropped so late.
Or maybe all time.
Maybe it dropped so late in the decade or all time. But as far as when you look back on 2019, I feel like Mob Psycho made a way bigger splash than Attack on Titan because, like we said earlier, Attack on Titan Season 3 started. We got the first half in 2018. So Attack on Titan Season 3, even though it was separated into two parts, I feel like most people are going to run with the narrative, you know, Attack on Titan Season 3 dropped
last year.
And basically just leave it at that. Nobody's gonna talk about the second half 10 years from now. But 10 years from now, when you look back on the year of 2019, you're gonna really see a lot of Demon Slayer, Vinland Saga, Fire Force. But
the unsung hero is Mob Psycho, man.
Mob Psycho is that one that's like
emotion wise, I've never felt like emotion drawn from me for an anime for like that, except in moments like the Jiraiya death.
And this style. This you don't expect to be.
Because it's almost slice of life-esque until the end.
And it's slice of life, but it pieces together. But at the same time, it had that slice of life vibe.
Yeah. And you know that's not my forte. I'm big action shonen guy.
But just imagine when you felt and I always say fell in love with characters, and no homo. These dudes, you know what I'm saying? These are anime characters. But when I say fell in love, I mean fell in love with the aspect of the character.
Yeah.
But like, think about how long it was before you fell in love with Naruto's character, Luffy's character. And they get you very early on.
They give you moments, for sure.
But season 2?
Yeah, no,
were you disinvested in Luffy, Naruto, Yusuke in season 2?
Maybe Yusuke.
Episode 24.
Maybe
you know what I'm saying?
maybe Yusuke. Not I know not Naruto because
Naruto for sure. I don't
because I didn't like him as a child until
not tell
Shippuden.
Shippuden.
Yeah, and Luffy, I don't think so. So no, man. With Shigeo, what they do with Mob Psycho, everything it embodies, I stand for, and I really love this show. And just not even on a favorite thing, on an objective tip, like on a judging this from with objective eyes, like to me, this is the highbrow anime if we really want to get into it. Like it has more, it teaches values and lessons. The animation, it's not the main popular anime, but critically, this is the one that to me is what you consider great television.
For sure. And I gotta throw this out there. I mentioned Funimation earlier. Shout out to Funimation. Big fan, you know what I'm saying? But whenever they release their decade list or whatever, their decade things, they announced Demon Slayer. And a lot of people were mad because they get best animation confused with best show, but they said favorite animation of the decade, Demon Slayer. But if they would have said best, I'm sitting there like, so did Mob Psycho not come out this year?
Yeah, no.
Because Demon Slayer had spectacular animation. I know we had the viral moment on episode 19.
But if you look at the fight that I chose, like, and that's just one moment of that show.
And bro, when you look at the fucking opening.
Yeah.
Like
oh my gosh.
Just the amount of budget they threw into the opening had to be more than some of these anime that dropped this year's whole entire season budget. And just every single episode had a different feel. It gives you its, Mob Psycho specific kind of art style, but it takes that and twists and bends it so many different directions. When you see, and I hate to keep referencing Demon Slayer, but when you see Demon Slayer do these derpy faces, they show their personality in a certain way. Like, it gets its hardcore animation quality when you see the 3D get merged well, when you see the fights. But as far as times of peace, like whenever they're training, whenever they're kind of chilling, the comical parts of Kimetsu no Yaiba, you see like a lot of the animation's cool, but they don't throw the budget into that. They throw the budget into the big parts. Mob Psycho just transitioning from small moments to big animation.
Even the cutscenes where like they transition and like you see like the animation of Shigeo and his brother like sitting under a tree and it like starts raining and you see Shigeo put the umbrella up, like just little shit like that. Like
everything
that's
is beautiful.
They pay attention to the little things in that show.
They had to have thrown budget out the ass or just thrown time into this, because every single frame you could tell that a lot of love was put into it. You could tell they gave this their all, and this is what I like to see in anime. I hate to see,
and this is why I'm so upset with One Punch Man season 2, because it's the same company that did season 1, and this is what they had a property that could have been anime of the year this year if that animation quality was up there.
That's just mishandling. I know a lot of people have been posting this clip that could possibly be fan made, but the season 4, whatever it was, of what was it? 7 Deadly Sins. I don't know if that was fan made. A bunch of people said it was fan made, but I heard a bunch of people confirm that it wasn't. But so I don't know what side it's on. But it looked terrible to me. I was watching it and I was like, this doesn't look as bad as episode 5 Dragon Ball Super, but it wasn't too far off. Like, that's my animation scale. Like, if that shit looks that bad, I'm sitting there like, like episode 5 Dragon Ball Super is 0 on the scale. You know what I'm saying? You never want to be there. But this was damn near like a 1 or 2 on the scale. I was looking at it, I was like, damn, this is 7 Deadly Sins. I remember watching the first 2 seasons. I'm not 100% caught up, but the first 2 seasons didn't look nearly this bad animated. And just in a world where there's companies, and again, not confirming off that clip, I know y'all seen the viral clip at the end of 2019, but I don't know too many companies besides anime companies that would take a property that big, like a 7 Deadly Sins, a Dragon Ball, something that big, and just fumble with the rock animation wise, and just to see something as obscure as Mob Psycho be that good when One Punch Man isn't even that good, like season 2 wise. For Mob Psycho to already have a good season 1 animation wise, then season 2
take it to another level, and
on a like exponentially, like to where like even if you would be like, yeah, Mob Psycho is season 2 is doubly as amazing as season 1. that doesn't even do this justice because it quadruples it.
Yeah, no, 100%.
It doubles it by episode like 3.
So Chris's anime of the year, Attack on Titan. Mine is Mob Psycho. Real quick, because you mentioned openings, let's just touch on it because we were about to do an anime of the decade, but let's touch on openings real quick. My favorite opening of the year is Vinland Saga by far, or the beginning to Fire Force Part 1. Not when they switched the Part 1 of Season 1. Fire Force and Vinland Saga. I'm not giving it to Demon Slayer. I'm sorry.
I'm giving it to Demon Slayer. That's at the top of my.
Bro, that
my
Vinland
playlist.
shit was nuts.
Like when I tell you, I don't sing too many Japanese openings. I like them. I listen to them, but I'm not one of them niggas fully.
Even
fully
my girlfriend thought the Vinland Saga shit was dope.
No, the Vinland Saga shit was dope. You actually put me on that one. That's in my top 5 openings of the year. My Hero.
You thrown it in after we shat on it.
What I'm saying is, I shat on it initially. The Mob Psycho. The My Hero opening grew on me. But it's still not even breaking my top 5.
The Promised Neverland opening was pretty good too.
I like that one more than the My Hero, but I don't like that one as much as the Vinland Saga one. I even like Radiant because I've been watching a lot of Radiant, and that's one I never skip. Surprisingly, because I didn't expect Radiant.
Comeback of the year, baby. I told y'all, just wait 10 years from now.
They're gonna get some awards one of these years, but I'm not gonna lie, that opening was hitting hard. I do like the Fire Force one.
I like Part 1. You like Part 2.
I like Part 2 better than Part 1 for sure. But it's still alike. It's still not breaking Garen's by Lisa, the GOAT. Like when I heard that, bro, like I said, bro, it leads me down this rabbit hole. Like I got Lisa as I'm following her on Spotify, and I've listened to more songs. I can't name you a bunch of them, but they're definitely in my library, gotten replays. But that just the aesthetic of that song, and shout out to my homie Slick. He's probably a reason, Otaku Underworld Slick. He's probably like a big reason why I love that song even more, because he sampled it, made a song.
Yeah, that's a dope song. We'll probably put it at the end of this.
And I've heard like a bunch of other like EDM remixes and just beat remixes and just different chops of that song. And another one of the things, because Slick's song is what really took me from loving it to loving it. But another thing that took Garen's, Demon Slayer opening, and I sound like a stan right now for Demon Slayer, but another thing that took me from the next level was watching her perform that live. Like I was searching it just to like find a clip to use, but when I saw it, I was like, wait, she's performing this shit live? And when I watched her perform it live, she really sold me on her just vocal performance. She's one of my I forget what the band name is that did a lot, because Bleach had their whole not their whole soundtrack, but a lot of their openings and endings done by the same band. And I dug deep into them a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But like she's one of those ones that I know off of the strength of her work outside of Demon Slayer as well. Like I appreciate her deeper than her just that one opening. So I gotta throw her in there because she proved her song making skills to be with that one.
100%. Well, I'm not hating on that. Let's jump to anime of the decade. I got runner up. I gotta shout out My Hero Academia. That is runner up for me with the decade. Mob Psycho is another runner up. But anime of the decade for me is Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I gotta give it Attack on Titan too.
Word. Well, that wasn't hard.
Well, now see, I want to just break down to you just a little bit more why I, you know what I'm saying, definitely, undeniably have, because to me it's between Attack on Titan and Hunter x Hunter of the decade.
Ooh, see, I would put My Hero above Hunter x Hunter.
What did we give the decade one to for the live pod we did?
I gave it to Attack on Titan. You gave it to
probably either Hunter x Hunter or My Hero. But
I think you gave it to My Hero.
The more I reflect on Hunter x Hunter dropped at 2011 and kind of lasted till 2015 before it stopped. But the hype has never died down since it dropped. Like Hunter x Hunter is revered as one. And people always talk about Hunter x Hunter. People are still starting it. That's one of them iconic ones. But to say Attack on Titan started in 2013, like My Hero started in 14, 15?
Yeah.
To say that Attack on Titan started in 2013, took a hiatus, came back, took another hiatus, came back.
Since to the testament of their quality.
Yeah, and their story is there. Their action is there. Their characters are there. I even like the Attack on Titan soundtrack. The soundtrack is there. The voice acting, whether it be Japanese dub or Japanese original dub or the English dub, I love them both equally. But this is one of those series that has little to no flaws.
Okay, I got a question for you. One Piece should be in the conversation for anime of the decade, and let me explain why. Mm-hmm. Marineford was released in 2010 and 2011.
Really?
Yes, and it starts the run of Marineford, Fishman Island, Punk Hazard, Dressrosa, Whole Cake Island. Everything up to this point is all in this decade.
You're right. And
One Piece has to be mentioned.
To be real, every single year of this decade, One Piece has had
Biggie. Like, and I know we're saying Attack on Titan, but like,
every single year,
gotta show love to One Piece.
And I do gotta get that to One Piece because a lot of people, I know you probably express that sentiment. Like, One Piece isn't One Piece till you get to Marineford and you get past that time skip. That kind of changes the course of One Piece. I was telling my girl this because we just started on the
Impel Down?
We just started Impel Down. We just finished the Fishman Island little mini shit where they introduce you to Law and all the guys.
Oh yeah, the Saba Odi Archipelago.
Archipelago,
yeah, Archipelago.
We get the
Saba Odi Archipelago.
We meet the what's his name? Starts with an R. Old man.
Rayleigh.
We meet Rayleigh.
Silver's Rayleigh. Dark King Rayleigh.
We also meet the Royals and the dragons. Celestial dragons.
Ryubito.
The Tenryubito, the Celestial dragons. Yeah. And like right at that point,
all the supernova shit. This is where the show changes.
And I stopped this. I made her pause it. I'm like, all right. I was like, shit just got real. I want you to take in everything you're seeing. She's meeting Kuma. I'm like, take in just everything. I'm like, I'm not spoiling anything for you. And I don't want to be one of those people like, wait for it. The whole time, I'm just like, this is the moment. I'm not gonna say it again. But just
the fact that Marineford dropped in 2010, there's no way you can't.
Yeah, there's no way you can't.
One Piece for having they had arcs like Marineford, the Katakuri fight, Doflamingo when Gear 4 was introduced. That is huge. Like One Piece. I'm sorry, One Piece is 1B for me.
And
now.
Just for the fact that you get
it's Attack on Titan 1A, One Piece 1B.
You get like the whole Marineford, you get the whole Blackbeard, Whitebeard, Ace, Akainu.
Yeah, oh my god,
Shanks return. You get all that, but then as far as villains, you get Dofi and you get
Big Mom, the
Big Mom. You get Kaido. You get
Katakuri.
Katakuri. I was thinking of it with the K, but you get all these major villains, and I'm not watching One Piece on that on that level at that part. But I'm seeing Twitter react to it. I'm seeing my personal friends that watch One Piece. It's a select few, but I see them react. I saw them react to all the Dofi shit. So I'm sitting there like not there yet, but I'm sitting there like, damn, I can't wait to catch up because this shit seems like it's impacting the world. And that's literally every year since the decade started. So you gotta give them that. When even if you didn't start this year, this decade, when you dominate the decade.
It's like Drake, man. When you spend so many years on the charts, like you gotta give props. Shout out to Drizzy.
Yeah, people want to hate on that. That's a whole nother conversation. But no, people want to hate on the people who put in the most work just because and try to use something like you didn't start this decade or this dropped this decade, so it's more worthy. So people want to discredit One Piece, and you know the niggas who like I'm not watching 900 episodes that haven't even started it yet. Will try to be like, well, your show didn't even.
Nah, bro, we're not listening to that.
They'll use anything to discredit it. And to be honest, One Piece, just as much as Attack on Titan,
I'm so shocked by all your Attack on Titan love in this awards, man. You put a complete 180 on them.
Bleach didn't pull a 180 on me. Bleach made me be like, okay, I like Bleach, but it's mid.
Attack on Titan, but we told.
There's nothing mid about Attack on Titan besides the first few episodes after episode 1. And even then, it's just slow. Yeah. I'm one of those people where, like, my stepdad, I grew up on my stepdad being into Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone movies to where he likes his movies from the beginning to the end. Action, fast paced. Like, wait, that makes this so shit don't stop. Now. So, like, me, if I'm sitting there and I gotta wait through, like, 4 or 5 episodes of exposition and story, that's why I don't really like shows like Game of Thrones. I fuck with it.
My pops used to watch, like, Godfather and shit, like, good exposition out the ass and movie. See, like, that's funny.
I grew up seeing that, but it wasn't as prevalent in my household as.
But like the diehards and it's just like, Bruce Willis movies and Sylvester, those are high paced movies.
And they're super action packed. So for me to love an action kind of series and to respect it, I'm like, nigga, you got to bring the action. But Attack on Titan brings the action
and the story.
And a lot of the things that I love about Hunter x Hunter, Yu Hakusho is the story, the world building, and Attack on Titan hits all those points, but just in a way that
it's also a thriller,
and it's such a breathtaking experience. Like it doesn't feel like I'm watching a shonen.
And it's a mech anime with like it's a refresh of the mech genre, in my opinion. Shout out.
They basically flipped that on its head.
It's a mech, like it's a mech anime at the end of the day.
They took the concept of shonen, the concept of thriller, the concept of mech,
and just infused it all together and flipped it on its head.
And to be real, they made a masterpiece. I'm excited to see where it ends. I hope we don't get this big Game of Thrones last season ending where. Trust me. I hope we get like
I'm caught up. It's nuts.
You caught up?
I'm caught up.
So
it's nuts.
Bro, just the fact that Attack on Titan has me.
That's why I said Attack on Titan, when we talked about manga, it got a runner up from it's arguably up there with One Piece. Like it had a huge year this year.
I'm starting the games, bro. That's how deep into One Piece I am.
Attack on Titan is real. Well,
they got 2, and I'm downloading both of them. Like, I'm starting on them as soon as I finish doing what I got to do on Pokemon Sword and on my PS4 because I don't think it's for the Switch. If it is though, whoever's the company behind the other game, if you want to drop the Attack on Titan game for Switch, I'm gonna cop that bitch for sure.
Word. Well, this was the Anime Talk Awards, ladies and gentlemen. Chrissa, tell the people they can find you at on social media.
Well, you know what I'm saying? You can find me, BrosWhoThink.com, you know what I'm saying? You can find me on the Bros Who Think Soundcloud, everything, you know what I'm saying? Anime Talk like this.
Facts.
But also find me at Chrissa SJE on Spotify, SoundCloud, Instagram, Twitter. New music dropping soon, man. I got Demon Mode remix with Chapo dropping top of next year. I just dropped a song called Etchy with my gang. We're about to drop a remix to that. So just expect 2020 to boot up super hard. Please follow me on the gram and please follow Anime Talk Pod on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be dropping a lot of gems. We're going to be moving around all 2020 and we want y'all to be there with us. We want to reach out to y'all, touch y'all, see y'all, speak with y'all. We're not one of them people that get on stage, do our set and then leave. We want to reach out. We want to give y'all a shirt, you know what I'm saying? We're most likely going to have Anime Talk shirts and we're most likely going to have my Demon Mode shirts and everything. So just come see us. And make sure you follow us on social media because that's the best way to keep up with our like giveaways, our pop-ups, whatever we do, stay updated.
100%. Speaking of giveaways, shout out to the sponsor of this Anime Talk Award, Pure Fiction Collectibles, located on Ambassador Caffrey Parkway in Lafayette, Louisiana. It's located next to Ambassador Caffrey Parkway Walmart. They have a variety of anime merch like figures, wall scrolls, and much, much more. Look, if you are a weeb like myself, if you see all these beautiful figures, the Tanjiro figure, the Kirishima figure, the Gangster wall scroll, the Mob Psycho wall scroll, the Lupin the Third, this figure is immaculate to me. Like, Lupin the Third figure, when I saw that, I was like, I had to get it. My Luffy figure, the King of the Pirates. Shout out to Pure Fiction Collectibles. Check them out on Ambassador Caffrey Parkway next to the Walmart. Tell them the Bros Who Think Network sent you. Tell them the Anime Talk Boys sent you in. They will hook you up. And shout out to Cam and Pure Fiction Collectibles because love partnering with you guys this year. You can follow me at LynBWT on Twitter. Follow the Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think. Be sure to check out the Bros Who Binge Awards if you're into movies and television. We go into our favorite movies of the year, our favorite TV shows, among other things. Be sure to check out the BWT podcast this week on Thursday. And be on the lookout for all content from the Bros Who Think. Follow us, like Chrissa said, Anime Talk Pod on Instagram. We'll be doing giveaways with Pure Fiction Collectibles, among other sponsors this year, as well as posting video clips from this. And follow us on YouTube at Bros Who Think Network because you can watch the video to this now. And subscribe. And look, the first 50 subscribers will be put in a giveaway for an amazing action figure, as well as the next 50 Anime Talk Pod followers on Instagram, along with the original followers, will be put into a giveaway for a figure and some merch. So follow Anime Talk Pod and subscribe to the Bros Who Think Network on YouTube, and you will be put in for a giveaway that we will be pulling for in the middle of February. So we're going to be promoting it until then. So subscribe, and follow Anime Talk Pod on Instagram. But for Chrissa, my name is Lynden. This has been the Anime Talk Awards. We hope you had a good new year, and we can't wait for 2020 to be talking more anime for you. But we're signing off. Peace.